Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped. Something.
I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
Funny. I haven't seen that before.
It feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things. Of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
Okay. So, got any parts that you'd like to get to know better or change your relationship with?
I've had a couple of things on my mind since our last session.
Mm-hmm.
One is the meaning maker.
Yes.
I was looking at an offering for I don't even know how to describe it, but it was about making art. And no, that's not it. Then there's a writing coach that I follow, and she was explaining an assignment. And basically the assignment was just look for shimmers and shards in your life. The only rule is don't make a story out of it. So I just described beech nuts pelting my backyard deck. But okay. I don't say how it makes me feel or what it reminds me of or when it happened. And I remember when I read that, there was such relief in just describing something without making meaning. So, because I was really having a hard time the last session that we had when you said, I think the meaning maker is a protector.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a conversation with my husband this morning about control. And he's very laconic. He's very, he holds things close. He's not like me.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, you are controlling. And he began to give me examples of that. And I was able to hear it. I never got around to my help, though, because I'm really seeing this control part is making me sick. It's it's your blood sugar's too high. You need to do something quick now. And there's no pause. And then I go into hypoglycemia, and, And so I'm constantly I don't even know how to put it, yo-yoing because and I used to think it was just, the way the disease ran, but I realize it's a part of me that just is so afraid of letting go of control.
Okay.
So that's the two things I have on my mind, is the meaning maker and the one who's so afraid of being out of control.
Yeah. Okay. You can invite them both.
Okay.
And
That's
see, well, and the next step is see which one needs your attention the most.
But it's interesting just to think about them being in the same room.
Yeah. Yeah, and if they don't get along, they could phone in their answers.
No, it seems like they kind of feed on each other.
Interesting. Meaning maker and afraid of letting go of control.
Yeah. I mean, meaning maker has a big role in, she's always there, and so is control.
I wonder, this is just speculating, I wonder if they are serving the same kind of exile parts, because that's often when we see protectors in the same arena, it's because they have different approaches to soothing or exiling or the same feelings. I remember from our last conversation, what I was suspecting was the exile behind the meaning maker, which was kind of had to do with being forgotten,
Yeah.
and all the feelings around that.
I
wonder if the afraid of letting go of control has a similar exile.
I think the one who's afraid to let go of control feels already forgotten.
Feels already forgotten?
It's like nobody's going to do this but me.
Yeah, it feels alone in its work. Yeah. As did the meaning maker. It felt like it was the only one looking out for all that, going through the journals.
Yeah, the meaning maker, it feels, let's see if it feels like there's always something, it's for the future. It's like, well, maybe they're both in that realm, but it's like, if I don't make meaning, there's going to be so much regret. There's going to be so much. I spoke with a writing buddy this week, and I actually started talking about what I'd like to write about. And there was such excitement. And then this cloud just comes in and says, how would you ever be able to do that?
Okay.
And I think it may be, it has to be meaningful.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's also what we talked about last time with the meaning maker was how it actually wanted to be playful in its writing. Earlier when you mentioned that writing assignment about the shards and shimmers, it sounded like that was the joy of it, was it's playful and it doesn't have to make the meaning. And we learned in our last conversation that meaning was being made partially for the soothing of an exile that felt like otherwise it would be forgotten.
Yeah, that I wouldn't. And it's so interesting, James, because when I read a book and someone is trying to make it mean something rather than just giving me the story, I'm so turned off by it.
I'm only laughing because I feel like I just did that. But yes, I understand what you mean.
No. It's like, and it's not like all I want to write about is joyful, but I would like to write just as an observer, not as a meaning maker.
Yeah.
You know, if it was hell, then there's something even exciting about writing about the hell without going, and this is what it means.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So that sounds like a negotiation to be had with the meaning maker.
Yeah.
And I also just want to circle back to that one who's afraid of letting go of control and just kind of ask again, which of these needs your attention the most? Maybe we can visit both.
Yeah.
But where should we start?
Well, control.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to say more about what comes up as you notice that part?
Just when you said it, I just felt so many emotions. My husband and daughters, I'll make this quick. He's a master carpenter. He builds, everything. And my daughters are working for him, and they want to know from the ground level how he measures a job, every step of it. And so yesterday, he asked me to go with him and them, and was downtown, 25th floor. The people had bought 2 condos on the 25th floor. So it was enormous and lots of work, lots of things to look at, 2 kitchens, 4 bathrooms, all this stuff. My blood sugar started to drop and I didn't have anything. When it gets to a certain number, my phone starts screaming. So everyone knows. And I didn't want anyone. I don't know why I'm telling you this. There's just this feeling of, see what happens when you don't think ahead, see what happens, and see, I was able to take care of it. And for a few minutes, I turned off my phone and I thought, can I just trust my body here? I know that I took too much insulin, but can I just trust it? And I eventually took the elevator down, and a very kind woman saw me looking for something and took me into her condo and gave me something to drink. And so it all worked out, but that feeling of, you should have planned better, you should be in more control. And then I know that that's also what's killing me, because the reason it dropped was because it was high and I took too much, trying to make sure that I wouldn't be a bother that way.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to
I'll bet.
process that. So the one that says you need to plan better and control. You're saying that one's also the one that has you take too much insulin.
It feels that way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you should watch more closely. You should have thought this out. You shouldn't have done that. You should have done this. It's just.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder if that's the same as the one that encouraged you to take too much insulin so that you wouldn't be a bother to anybody.
Yeah, it feels that way. It feels like it's just damned if I do and damned if I don't. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really curious about that. Curious about all of them, but that one that feels like it would be a bother, and the damned if I do, damned if I don't.
mm,
Is there anything else coming up for you around all of this?
well, there's also, we're driving over. My blood sugar is higher than normal. It's not out of control. And I'm thinking we're going to have lunch soon. And I don't want to be, there's a fear of deprivation. And there's a fear, it's like, if my blood sugar is high, then I won't be able to enjoy my lunch. So I'll take it now.
Yes. Take the insulin now.
Right. Which was 2 hours before lunch.
Okay. I don't know anything about insulin or.
I know. Well, it's what's the word? It's overkill for sure.
To take it 2 hours before lunch.
Yeah. Especially because I've already taken insulin and I'm not waiting on it to just level out. It's like,
right.
There might be an enemy at that door,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So the fear of deprivation. I wonder if the fear of deprivation is related to not being a bother to anybody.
Say more.
Well, we could ask the part if we were able to meet it, but is its fear just I won't get lunch? Or is its fear what will they think of me if I don't get lunch? Or if I have a light lunch?
I think it's both, but there's a lot I won't get to enjoy what everyone else enjoys.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. How do you feel towards that part that feels deprived or worries about being deprived?
A lot of tears. I'm not sure how I feel about her.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's definitely a big part of this whole loop.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's the one that threatens to push the blood sugar too high.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Have something sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to be able to have what everybody else has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How would you feel about getting to know that one a little better? Okay.
Okay.
How do you notice it in your body when it comes up?
So funny. I've been so focused on the one that's controlling, and
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes I think I take more insulin so she can have something, and
Right.
but it all goes to hell because it's
It's out of control.
who wants something when you don't feel good.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely sounds like you said, this is kind of one of the starts, or the start of the loop. The part that wants to have what everyone else has.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, she wants to sleep through the night. She wants to eat when she's hungry, not when the medicine says she has to eat. And
How do you notice her in your body? What sensations come up when she's sending you those messages?
my chest hurts. Real sadness.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel towards her as you notice her there with her sadness?
I feel frustrated that I don't know how to help her.
Yeah,
That
that makes sense.
feel like my hands are tied.
Yeah.
Her, it's like she's been sentenced and I
She feels
can't.
kind of hopeless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense to me. Maybe you could turn to the one that feels hopeless and just ask it for a little space and just see if it will let you come to know this one.
Ooh.
Just see if we can find out something through this process of connecting with it.
Wow. When you asked me to ask the hopeless one if she would step back, there's a lot. She's got a lot of control.
Yeah.
She's grasping for control. She doesn't have any, and she feels hopeless, but it's like throwing darts,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you could just let her know that if we go to the one who, wants what everybody else has and it starts the loop, that we might be able to learn something about her and bring hope to everybody.
She seems a little relieved that she's not having to be asked right now.
The hopeless one feels relieved?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because that one's been working hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can just let it know that you're here.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be alone. Is it willing to give you some space?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay. The one who wants what everybody else has, wants to sleep through the night. Sadness. How do you feel towards her?
Ah, it's hard to separate from hopeless.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's okay. We can turn back to hopeless.
how do I feel towards her? Sometimes I just want her to buck up, and other times I just feel a lot of compassion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the bucking up would mean just deal with it.
Yeah.
Skip lunch. You're fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
That kind of. Mm-hmm.
This is the hand you were dealt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Don't be. Yeah. Quit crying. Don't be so. Whatever.
Yeah. Whiny.
Yeah. Yeah. Whiny. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See if you can get some space from the one who wants her to buck up.
There's a crowd here, James.
Sure. Well, this is the start of a loop. This is a part that affects so many other parts, and they have every reason to be here.
Okay.
Just want to acknowledge them.
The meaning maker just said, see all the people you'll be able to help.
What's that mean?
Well, I mean, there are other people who are suffering.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this is a good thing. We can make something beautiful out of all this.
Is it referring to you and your parts work?
No, she's referring to, well, yeah, the parts, but just, I mean, look at the shit show of your life. All you have to do is get it together and.
Yeah. And document it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You can thank her also.
Yeah.
Ask her for space. Just so you can have a little alone time with the one who's sad and wants what everybody else has.
Okay. Okay.
You mentioned that a sad part is that's a her, huh?
Uh-huh.
Do you see anything else about her?
She just wants to belong. She wants to know what it's like to be different, but not because of pain or disease or.
Yeah, she feels like she doesn't belong.
Yeah, see her, singled out because she wore glasses. So they called her Four Eyes, and singled out because she was skinny, and singled out because she had bad teeth, and singled out. It was like, could you put the spotlight on me for something other than what's working?
Yeah. Yeah. Just let her know that you see that. You see how often she's gotten the spotlight for those other reasons.
Yeah.
Do you see how old she is?
Man, it's just a slideshow of ages.
Mm-hmm.
Singled out for wetting the bed, singled out for, just.
How do you feel towards her?
Passion.
Yeah. Can you show her that?
Yeah.
Just let her know that you're here now and you'd like to get to know her.
Excuse me.
And does she notice you there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How's she feel about your presence?
I'm hearing some conversations like, I think she's really afraid that I've spent a lot of years confessing, admitting the dis-ease so that I belong.
So that you'll belong?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was the meaning maker, when you said,
Right.
how do you feel about her? It was like, I saw her step up and go, see, but yeah, there's just something about I'm not doing a good job putting this into words, but
She's used to being soothed by the meaning maker who does that through telling her the story. That's who attempts to manage her pain.
yeah, but the way it's managed is you have to tell all this.
Right.
You can't just be seen. You have to be seen as this.
Yeah. The spotlight on the
yeah,
problems, right?
right, right.
Yeah. Just let her know that you get that.
Yeah.
You see how that other part has done that. And that you got space from that part now.
Yeah.
And that you want to see her fully. Does she still have that fear that that's what we're here to do, is to just spotlight the weaknesses or make a story out of it?
Make a story out of it. I think definitely timid, hesitant to fully trust that she'll be seen for something else,
Mm-hmm.
that all of her will be seen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Does that make sense to you, why she would be hesitant about that?
Yeah.
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 Just let her know. Just let her know that. And she doesn't have to do anything. She doesn't have to reveal anything or be any way other than she is. You could also try asking her for a sample. You could ask her to show you something and see how you see it. Of course, it doesn't have to be shared with me.
Okay. She said, I only see her as sick.
How would she feel about showing you another side of herself?
I think she really wants that.
Do you think if she shows you that you'll see it and you'll be able to keep those other parts from jumping in and reacting?
I don't know who's who, James, but it feels like somebody's saying, I don't know if there's anything else.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's been so long. It's been 51 years of looking this way.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay.
And everybody agrees.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of the parts in you agree
Yeah.
that she's just sick. And do you feel like you understand how hard that's been for her? You can ask her that. Does she feel like you understand how hard that's been for her?
Yeah.
Sorry, was that answer a no?
I'm just lost.
Okay. 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 So we're here at this part who has felt like the only way she can be seen is as a sick person and for her sicknesses. And we've seen how other parts have exacerbated that.
Yeah.
And there's even a hopelessness that says, we don't know if there is even anything well about this part because of how long she's been viewed that way.
Yeah.
Are you still feeling compassionate for her?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel close to her? Does it feel like she's got a proximity?
It's really hard to identify it.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
You know, like in proximity, it's like all the work I've done on how does it feel in your body, and yet this feels really wordless again.
It's okay.
What feels far away is the question, can you let her show you where she's well?
Mm-hmm.
There's a real hard armor feeling with that.
Yeah.
It's not allowed.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's how it's been for her for so long.
Yeah.
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 And again, she doesn't have to do anything. You could offer her if she'd like to maybe kind of go somewhere with you. Like if a change of scenery would feel better for her.
He's not that close, James.
That's fine. That's fine. Does it feel like the parts that are certain that she's just sick, does it feel like they're kind of coming back in?
Yeah.
Or some?
You
Okay.
know, I said the armor part, it's like, this is dangerous.
Mm. Yeah, and what's this? Mm-hmm.
Well, you start seeing her as well, you're going to throw out your insulin or do something stupid or quit being vigilant. If you see her as well.
Yeah. Then you'll stop taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Just let that part know that you see it. It feels like she's got to stay sick and appearing sick, or else
I'll die.
you'll die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely damned if you do, damned if you don't, huh?
God.
The part that is saying that if you were to see her as well, you would die, how old does it think that you are?
It's like an ill-informed teenager. You don't know about life, you know, you're
Uh-huh. Yeah. And does it make sense to you why this part does what it does? If it thinks you're a teenager and it thinks it needs to work so hard to keep you alive, how important it is for this part to work in the way that it does?
Yeah.
Okay. Just let it know that makes sense. Show it appreciation.
Yeah.
And you can show it your real age.
Mm. Oh, I see a lot of fear, pointing to all the experts. I
To all the
don't
experts?
I don't care if you're 68. You're not as smart as they are. They know better than you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, there's some truth to that, right? Experts sometimes know what they're talking about.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So we're not asking this part to disappear or to not care about your health anymore. We're not telling it that its mission of keeping you alive isn't important, or that some of the health issues you have can be life or death. But I think we're asking it, if you could go to this one who feels like for however long she's just felt like she's only allowed to show her sick side, and if you could help her out and heal her in some ways,
Yeah.
does this part see how that might help the rest of the system?
Having a real hard time with it.
Yeah. Or could we imagine a way in which you could take care of your health issues without that young one only being seen as sick?
Would you say that again?
Sorry. I was inviting you and this part to see if you could imagine a life, a way of being with self's presence in which you do look out for your health, you do respond to important health issues, and you go to this girl and help her so that she doesn't feel like the only way she can be is to show up as sick.
Okay.
Would it be interested in that at all? Can it see any upsides to that? To this girl being able to show you some of her well sides?
I think so. I mean, a real guarded, yes, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what would it need from you to allow that? What would be a safe way to do that?
I think that one feels very alone. It's like I've got to take care of everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could we pause? Could you talk to me when I'm saying we need to do something? Could you give me a little support? But not, I don't know, it's a strange thing. What it sounds like is, could you give me support without just complying to my every wish?
Yeah, it's tired of having to take the lead, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's worked really hard, and it sees how extreme it has to be to get everyone else to comply or to keep you alive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody's feeling isolated.
Yeah. Earlier, it had mentioned that you're not an expert. But I think that that's what I'm talking about is your domain of expertise, or it can be, is self's domain of expertise, of being with parts, of being present with parts which feel alone. And it might have been something that you couldn't quite do when you were a teenager.
Right.
For lots of reasons, for the reasons of your environment, or just whatever other reasons.
Yeah. That was so dismantling, because it was like, I have what you need, just listen to me. But the moment you said the expert of the self could be with that one, it was like, I just saw this, I don't know how to put it, this crack in the expertise, because she's tired. It's like, oh, you're actually hearing me now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what she's asking for.
Yeah. Yeah, more than, I'm trying to put words to this. It's like, I thought what she wanted was for me to just do what she said.
Yeah.
But that's not it at all. She wants me to be with her when she feels so desperate.
Yeah. And how would that help her? What is it? What would it look like? And yeah, I'm just wondering if we can kind of imagine how your presence and listening when she's desperate would help. I know that could probably be hard to put words to also, but.
Well, it's interesting. As I'm sitting here, my blood sugar's been going up. And I thought, okay, I could say, excuse me, and go. I could, but it's interesting how it fell right now, because it's, when you said, how could you be with her? It's like, even in this moment, I could say, everything is okay. Thank you for telling me. I'm not gonna let this get out of hand. I don't know which parts, James. You're really helping me separate all this out, but there's something about listening to a part. I guess it's another part that's listening, going, go shoot up, hurry, 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 hurry. And there's nobody going, okay, wait just a minute. I hear you. What are you so afraid of?
Yep. That's it in a nutshell.
Yeah. Can I be of service right now?
What can I do for you? What can I do for you?
And she's pushing me. Just do it. Just get out of my way. I've got to take care of this other one because she doesn't think I'm going to take care of her.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't even seen her that much. I mean, today, this one feels the deprivation and I see her only as sick. It's like, I mean, it could happen in a blink, but right now it feels like it's the ones that are, so afraid I'm not seeing anybody.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. And it's true that we, in our conversation today, we kind of went to that exile part and we didn't check in with a lot of protectors, and I'll take responsibility for that, So
I think it was perfect because I don't think we have found the protectors had we not identified.
Right. Sometimes that's how you draw them out.
Right. They stepped up fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they really care.
I mean, even the meaning maker popped her head in and said, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you are responding and saying, what can I do for you part, and it says, well, get up and go do what I'm telling you, sometimes that is what it needs to be done, right? Like,
right.
So I want to make sure that when we're turning to parts, it's not just patting them on the head and saying, oh, they're there. Sometimes when we ask, what do you need from me to make this relationship easier, and so that you don't have to work so hard and scream, sometimes there are very concrete steps, or very, they do need a system. They do need you to set an alarm or something like that. I mean, I'm just thinking of examples from my life where, my parts have every reason to think that, yeah, if I don't take an action step and they don't see me do that, then they don't really have any reason to trust that I'm going to make good on my promise that I'll take care of it later. So
I think in this case, though, it's about, it is about listening but not, it's like giving that one someone to talk to.
Yes. Yep.
To have to always know is difficult. It's like, what are you feeling right now? What is this desperation? What does it remind you of? And yes, I'll go and take care of that, but let's
do both. Let's do both, right? Well, let's learn about the deeper drives in the parts message, and let's go take the medicine or whatever else needs to be done.
Right.
It doesn't have to just be one or the other.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which was one of the fears was, oh yeah, we start seeing she's not sick, and then
right,
really stupid.
Right. And you can show these protectors that no, you can do both.
Yeah.
You can listen to them, you can respond, you can do what they say, and you can learn about them and learn the other sides of them, and just be present, hang out with them, provide in other ways for them.
Thank you, James.
Is there more that any of these parts want to, again, kind of negotiate with you now about what that looks like, how they want you to respond, or kind of stay in touch with them?
Yeah. Boy, it feels like a lot of work because it's already a lot of work, but it also feels expansive, like maybe it would be less work,
Yeah. Yeah, because there's an expert there. There's an expert everywhere when self is there to help them with their everything.
Yeah.
With the emotional stuff, with their extreme feelings.
Yeah. The
And it can-
expansiveness comes when I recognize its parts and there is a self,
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. It's parts every time. If someone's yelling, it's a part. If someone's got to do something right this second, it's a part. So, and there might be hundreds of them, and they might be at it, from all day long. So it's definitely a process. It's definitely some work to start recognizing them and responding to them and showing up for them.
Yeah, I read a phrase this week, attention to variability, and it really captured my attention because I can, especially concerning diabetes, it's like, well, it's always the same and it's always hell. And it's like, no, there are all kinds of variables. And if you begin to notice the variables, I can notice when I'm more well,
Yes. Yeah. And one of the variables you noticed today was the start of the loop. The girl who wants to have what everyone else has.
Yes.
There's the variables that are the parts and their feelings. And I don't want to bother someone. That's a very personal variable.
Yeah.
That only you can be aware of and attend to. Right.
I do feel a lot of I feel stronger in my ability to pay attention, to give attention.
Yeah. That's great.
And I think giving attention to that protector who says you can't see her as well is the first step. Giving that one who's so afraid of seeing the other one as well, giving her attention may be the beginning of something wonderful.
Yeah. And you might let that one know, the one who feels like she can't be well. That's what she was asking of you, or she was saying how nice that would be to be able to show you more of herself. You could let her know that we won't forget about her.
Okay.
And that we can aim for that. But like you said, yeah, these protectors, they have their life and death kind of messages that they need you to hear first.
Yeah, I was on a Zoom call last week and we had a check-in and I said, I had shoulder surgery and I said, okay, I put my hair up on top of my head for the first time in 2 years today. And I put deodorant under my left arm with my right arm, first time in 2 years. And one of the women celebrated. I mean, truly, she came back to it and celebrated. It was a spotlight on my wellness.
Yeah. Felt good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt really unfamiliar. I'm usually praised for my vulnerability and my honesty about what's going wrong.
Yep. And the meaning maker loves it.
Yes. Wow.
Yep. And so you can turn to the meaning maker and you can say, I get it. I get why that also feels good. But there's more for us here. There's more that you can do. There's more about you that you can celebrate. There's all kinds of parts that have a lot to show you. I guarantee you that little girl has a lot more than just sickness to show you.
Yeah, there's meaning here without you having to make it.
Right.
Yeah, I see her at a, grinding corn. It's like, gotta make meaning. And it's like,
yeah.
she put her hair up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Any questions? Anything you want for me or for you to commit to kind of following up or talking about next time, or anything at all?
I don't think so. Do you have any suggestions? Anything that?
Yeah, I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Is to be proactive with meeting this protector, for example.
Okay.
This one that, yeah, it's very strong.
Mm-hmm.
It tells you it wants to be listened to and it wants your presence.
Yeah. And
mm-hmm.
the good thing about it is she shows up a lot. It's not like I have
Right.
to do for her.
Right. But also that can, with parts that show up a lot, we come to rely on them showing up so much that, at least for me, it's like sometimes those are the easiest ones to kind of forget. They blend so easily. They're around so easily, and I'm just reacting to their showing up. And so sometimes,
yes,
the strongest ones we're not seeing. They're kind of the water we're swimming in, and that's why I was suggesting, checking in with that one proactively, and even if that's 30 seconds a day or whatever, of just showing it that you can do more than comply. You can do more than react.
Yeah, I just saw a jail keeper, whose only job is to, just watch, and
right.
and I just obey rather than going, "What's your name?"
Yeah.
It's like this part has become inhuman.
Right.
I can't talk to her, or it's just a given.
Right. And it doesn't like its job. It doesn't like having to work so hard.
No, it'd like to have a new name. And just to be asked, what's your name? What do you do? Why are you doing this? What do you need in this moment?
Sounds like you got your work cut out for you.
Thank you, James.
Stay with it. Ask those questions. Yeah, it doesn't, I would say quantity over quality of just,
yes.
If you do that for briefly each day or however often, but it gives them that security of, this isn't just when I'm on an IFS call. This isn't just when I have my day off, my vacation in the summer.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anything else? Any other questions? Any other concerns?
No, I just a little closer to home. Thank you.
That's so nice to hear. Yeah. Just let them know you can make time for all of them, and they can all be on your list. They can all come home.
Hey, everybody's welcome. Thank you.
Yep. Okay.
Have a great weekend.
Okay, you too. Bye. Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Yvonne, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows? That might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube. And they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.